Hello everyone, Dr. Maiden here with a video that answers the question or explores the question, am I overextended? Okay, so this question, am I overextended? This becomes a big challenge for a lot of undergraduate students. I'd like to say that, it maybe starts as a freshman, but it gets better over time as you get better at time management, as you get better at picking and choosing the clubs you join or the activities you pursue. But that would be a lie to say that you learn over time. I'd like to even say that, you learn and it gets better by the time you're in grad school, you're better at this. That is a lie. This is a challenge for all people, really, not just college students trying to survive college. Most people run into this challenge in their daily life, this question of, am I overextended? Am I doing too much? Am I stretching myself too thin? I think one of my favorite sayings that really resonated with me, it's from my nerd alert here, Lord of the Rings, and Bilbo Baggins talking about, I feel like butter spread over too much bread. Butter spread over too much bread. You get thinned out to the point that you can't taste it anymore, right? So, what are some of the questions you could maybe be asking yourself to explore this? Am I overextended? I could say a big thing to question right away would be something like, am I falling asleep in class? Because I'll say that probably at least once a semester, in at least one of my classes, I will have a student that's doing that. They're falling asleep in class. It's maybe not that they're doing it all the time. They'll go through a phase and I can just tell like something's changed in their schedule, something's different. There's a challenge here for them, whether it's this time of day or it's this period in their semester, something's going on. A lot of times I'll check in with a student if I notice that it's a trend, and lo and behold, that's what it'll be. You're overextended, you're doing stuff that's keeping you up way late into the night, or you're not being able to put your focus where it should be on your studies because you're stretched in so many other directions with extracurriculars and other activities. And so it becomes the challenge of, okay, I'll refocus. I promise, Dr. Maiden, I'll refocus. And that's fine. I'm not here to be the police of like, stay awake in my class. This is so rude. I don't feel that way. Life happens. Life happens. You can get fatigued, or I've had students before that are like, it's a change in my medication. I swear that I'm trying, I'm working, I want to stay awake. I've had a medication change, and that's why I'm falling asleep. So it doesn't always have to be that you're overextended. You can know what's going on with yourself, with your body chemistry, and know what's going on. But that can be a good flag for you. Am I falling asleep in class? Does it mean that I'm too tired to do this? Why am I too tired to do this? What's going on? Another big thing you could ask is just the sense of, do I have any free time? Because that's a big challenge for students, especially if you're someone, maybe you're a working student, you're going to class full time, you're working part or even full time, and there can be this question of, do I have any free time? And so if you have created a situation for yourself where you are going to school full time, working part or full time, and you fill every other hour you have with some type of structured activities, clubs, events, you're chairing this or co-sponsoring that, you need to check yourself a little bit, because you are going to burn yourself out. Believe me, I have been there. I have done that. I am the queen of burnout. I burn myself out because I just get fuses lit at both ends. Not even, for me, my gosh, I'm not even both ends. I'm the type of person that I'm this crazy stick of dynamite that has 17 fuses, and I'll light them all, because I am just, that's my personality. It's like either all or nothing, 100 miles an hour or 0 miles an hour. So you can ask my husband, at the end of a semester, I will just crash like a zeppelin out of the sky, and just, it'll be almost a week of me just being like, I'm dying, I've died, because I burn so hard, and then I inevitably crash. And I know this about myself, so I know it about you too, that some of you are doing it. You can get overextended in your activities to a point where it's not benefiting you the way you even think it is. So one thing I could challenge you to do, if you're feeling like you're overextended, if you're feeling like, I don't have time to study, I don't have time, I don't even have time to watch Netflix, I've got too much stuff going on, I have no downtime. That's not good for your health either. That's not good for your health. You need downtime. You need time to work on yourself. That's another thing that I've been working on, of just carving out time for just me. Not even just time with my family. I have a son, I've got my husband, just me. I need time to myself. I need to be able to go once a week if I can and walk on the beach all by myself. Even if it's freezing, because the weather today, even if it's cold, I'll put a scarf on, I'll put a hat on, and it needs to be just me. For my sanity, I need that. And that can be a challenge for you too, of feeling like I never have time to myself. You've got to be the one that protects that time a little bit. You've got to be the one that's in charge of that. So one thing I could caution you, and I'm happy this is, because it's very much case by case basis, of thinking about looking at the activities you're involved in and really trying to measure benefit added, especially when you're a freshman and you feel like you're getting distracted, like shiny ball syndrome, shiny item syndrome, of like, oh, over there, over there, over there. You get involved in a lot of stuff. It pulls you really thin, and there's an extent to which I could look at the list of stuff you're doing and say, if you're doing this to get into law school, there's no reason to do this or that one or that one. You could scale these back. If anything, I would scrap all 3 of these things you're doing and do this one instead. Something like that can be helpful. Talk to some of your faculty, not just me. Talk to someone like Professor Lerner that does our law program. Talk to people that are doing the MAIA program, the MPA program, if that's something you're wanting to pursue. Talk to people that are here and representing public service, someone like Professor Soderberg. What does it take to get into the Foreign Service? Are the things on my list going to get me there? If not, if I am burning myself out doing them, I can scale back some of this, take time for myself, refocus, re-energize, and stop getting stretched so thin. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit with this video, but it's just a general advice, commiseration. I'm not as good at this either. So this is something we can work on together, but these are things hard lessons I've had to learn over time, of you stretch yourself too thin and you do get burned out. So it is very much a real thing, getting overextended, and the best advice that I can do is protect yourself, carve out time for yourself, say no to things more often, and just take it, especially at the beginning, take it a little slow. Take it slow when you decide to get into things. Get into one thing and then wait. Let yourself even back out and find an equilibrium. Then join something else and wait. Let yourself find that equilibrium, okay? So hang in there. It can feel really tough. It can feel like it's going by in a blink of an eye. Don't let yourself get too overextended. Really focus on number one reason why you're here is your studies. So if other things are impacting your studies and you're falling asleep in class, you're not making class, you're skipping class for these other activities, you're not holding it all together, you don't have time to study, you don't have time to do your papers, you've got to readjust. You've got to pause. You've got to readjust. Okay? Happy to comment or happy to talk about this with other students. If you're interested, you can comment down below, email me, and have a great weekend.